Picture this, a bustling eatery filled with the aroma of delicious food, laughter, and the clinking of glasses. But in the middle of the cheerful ambiance, a storm was brewing. Linda, a diner with high expectations, found herself face to face with a plate of cold food. What happened next was nothing short of explosive. As she called the waiter, her voice rose above the chatter, demanding immediate attention. The tension in the air was palpable as other diners turned their heads, some even pulling out their phones to capture the unfolding drama. Linda's complaints escalated quickly, and it was clear that this was more than just a simple issue with her meal. It was a full-blown confrontation. Imagine stepping into a charming restaurant where the warm glow of pendant lights casts a cozy ambiance over rustic wooden tables. The walls are adorned with local artwork, and the soft hum of conversation fills the air, punctuated by the occasional clatter of dishes. This is not just any restaurant. It's a beloved neighborhood spot known for its delectable cuisine and inviting atmosphere. Diners of all ages fill the space, from families celebrating milestones to couples enjoying a romantic evening out, all eager to indulge in the culinary delights that await them. In the middle of this lively environment is our waiter, a young man named Jake, who exudes a calm and friendly demeanor. With a genuine smile and a knack for remembering regulars' orders, he moves gracefully between tables, ensuring that every guest feels attended to. His easygoing nature sets the tone for the dining experience, making patrons feel relaxed and welcome. However, as the evening progresses, the expectations of customers begin to rise. In a restaurant like this, diners anticipate not just great flavors, but also the proper temperature of their meals. A plate served cold can quickly turn a delightful experience into a disappointing one. As Jake delivers each dish, he knows that the temperature is crucial. It's a key element of satisfaction that can make or break a meal. Little does he know, this very expectation will soon lead to a confrontation that will shake the restaurant's tranquil atmosphere. As the waiter, Jake, placed the plate in front of her, Linda's eyes narrowed in disappointment. The moment she lifted the cover, a wave of frustration washed over her. The food, which she had eagerly anticipated, was lukewarm at best. Her initial response was a sharp intake of breath, followed by a dramatic roll of her eyes that didn't go unnoticed by nearby diners. It was clear that this was not just a minor inconvenience for her, it was a personal affront to her dining experience. With her arms crossed tightly over her chest, Linda leaned forward, her voice rising above the ambient chatter. "Excuse me, but this food is cold," she exclaimed, her tone dripping with indignation. Her body language was tense, and she pointed emphatically at the plate as if it were the source of all her troubles. The once friendly atmosphere began to shift as other patrons turned their heads, intrigued by the unfolding drama. As Jake attempted to apologize and offer a solution, Linda's demeanor escalated. She raised her voice further, insisting that she deserved better service and hotter food. Her frustration transformed into a full-blown confrontation, drawing the attention of not just the staff, but also the entire restaurant. The tension in the air thickened as her complaints became more animated, leaving Jake in a difficult position. What started as a simple issue with temperature had now spiraled into a scene that would be hard to forget. In the face of Linda's escalating frustration, Jake took a deep breath, determined to maintain his composure. With a calm demeanor, he approached her table, ready to address her concerns. "I'm really sorry to hear that your food isn't at the right temperature," he said, his voice steady and courteous. He understood that in the hospitality industry, professionalism is key, especially when dealing with upset customers. Jake listened attentively as Linda continued to voice her dissatisfaction, nodding to show that he was engaged in taking her complaint seriously. He knew that acknowledging her feelings was crucial in diffusing the situation. "Let me take this back to the kitchen and have it reheated for you," he offered, hoping to turn her experience around. Linda's tone remained sharp, and her body language was still tense, making it difficult for Jake to connect with her. He faced the delicate task of balancing her demands while ensuring that other diners were not disturbed by the confrontation. As he walked away, he could feel the eyes of the restaurant on him, adding pressure to an already tense situation. Despite the challenges, Jake remained focused on finding a resolution. He quickly relayed the issue to the kitchen staff, emphasizing the importance of getting it right this time. His commitment to customer satisfaction shone through, even as he navigated the storm of Linda's discontent. Would his efforts be enough to calm the situation? Only time would tell. As the tension at the table reached a boiling point, the restaurant's head chef, Marco, decided it was time to step in. Known for his culinary expertise and commanding presence, Marco was a respected figure in the kitchen and among the staff. With years of experience under his belt, he understood the importance of customer satisfaction and the impact it had on the restaurant's reputation. Emerging from the kitchen, Marco approached Linda's table with a calm yet authoritative demeanor. His crisp white chef's coat and the faint scent of spices clinging to him signaled his dedication to the craft. "Good evening, ma'am," he began, his voice steady and reassuring. "I understand there's an issue with your meal, and I want to personally apologize for the inconvenience." His approach was both respectful and empathetic, immediately shifting the atmosphere. Linda, who had been animatedly expressing her displeasure, seemed taken aback by the chef's presence. Marco's genuine concern and willingness to address the problem head-on softened her stance. He listened intently as she explained her grievances, nodding thoughtfully and maintaining eye contact, which conveyed that he valued her feedback. With his authoritative yet approachable manner, Marco transformed the dynamics of the situation. The other diners, who had been watching the confrontation unfold, began to relax as they sensed a resolution was on the horizon. Marco's intervention not only aimed to rectify the issue but also restored a sense of calm to the restaurant, reminding everyone that even in moments of conflict, professionalism and care could prevail. As Chef Marco stood before Linda, the tension in the air was palpable. Linda wasted no time in voicing her frustrations, her voice rising slightly as she recounted her experience. "I can't believe I had to wait this long for cold food. This is unacceptable for a restaurant of your reputation," she declared, her arms crossed defiantly. Marco listened intently, his expression calm but firm. "I understand your frustration, and I sincerely apologize for the oversight," he replied, maintaining a steady tone. "However, I assure you that we take pride in our dishes, and I want to make this right." Linda's eyes narrowed as she pressed on, demanding not just a reheated meal, but also a complimentary dessert as compensation for her troubles. "While I appreciate your feedback, I cannot offer a free dessert for a simple mistake," Marco stated, standing his ground. His professionalism shone through as he explained the restaurant's policies, emphasizing that mistakes happen but should be addressed with understanding. Around them, other diners watched the exchange with a mix of curiosity and concern. Some whispered to each other, while others discreetly pulled out their phones, eager to capture the unfolding drama. A few patrons nodded in agreement with Marco's composed demeanor, appreciating his attempt to handle the situation with grace. The atmosphere was charged, and it was clear that this confrontation was not just about food. It was a clash of expectations and service standards, drawing everyone's attention to the delicate balance of hospitality. As the confrontation continued, Chef Marco took a moment to reassess the situation. He recognized that addressing Linda's complaints effectively required more than just words. It needed a tangible solution. "How about I prepare a fresh dish for you, tailored to your preferences, and I'll ensure it's served at the perfect temperature?" he suggested, his tone sincere and accommodating. This offer seemed to catch Linda off guard, and for the first time, a flicker of consideration crossed her face. After a brief pause, she reluctantly agreed, albeit still with a hint of skepticism. Marco quickly returned to the kitchen, and within minutes he presented her with a beautifully plated, steaming hot meal. As she took her first bite, her expression softened, and she nodded in approval. "This is much better," she admitted, a hint of gratitude emerging in her voice. Meanwhile, Jake, the waiter, watched from a distance, relieved to see the tension dissipate. He approached Linda with a smile, thanking her for her patience and assuring her that her feedback would help improve their service. The incident had been a learning experience for him, reinforcing the importance of handling complaints with professionalism. As the atmosphere in the restaurant shifted back to its original warmth, diners resumed their conversations, some even applauding Marco's handling of the situation. The incident, while initially disruptive, ultimately highlighted the restaurant's commitment to customer satisfaction, leaving a lasting impression on both the staff and patrons. It served as a reminder that even in challenging moments, effective communication and genuine care can lead to positive outcomes.